friends, this is Joel George and you're listening to Little Buddies on Radio Angelos. Message for today is keeping your heart with God. Once there was a boy whose job it was to take care of the family sheep. It was a big flock, so this was a big responsibility. He had to make sure none of them wandered off and got lost. He had to drive them all from pasture to pasture so they could find enough to eat. And of course, he had to protect them from the wolves and other wild animals. The boy had 7 older brothers, and one day, one of the brothers came out to the field and said to the boy, "Father wants you back at the house." So the boy ran back to the house, and when he got there was a stranger sitting with his father. He wondered who the stranger was, and his father said, "Son, this is Samuel, the prophet of God. He wants to meet you." The boy's eyes got very wide, and he thought, "Why would the prophet want to meet me, a lowly shepherd boy?" Then Samuel stood up, poured some oil on the boy's head, and said, "God has chosen you to be king of Israel." Imagine how surprised he must have been. One minute he's tending the sheep, and the next he's being anointed king of Israel. And he had 7 older brothers who were big and tall. Why not anoint one of them to become king of Israel? God gives us the answer in 1 Samuel chapter 16 verses 7. The Lord does not look at the things man looks at. Man looks at the outward appearance, in other words, how you look. But the Lord looks at your heart. You see, it doesn't matter if you're big or little, or what job you're in. What matters is whether your heart is where it should be, with God. That shepherd boy's name was David, and David became the greatest king Israel ever had. But more important than that, God called David a man after his own heart. Wouldn't you like God to say that about you? Well, if your heart is where it should be, who knows what God will help you to become? That's something we should pray about. Heavenly Father, help us to always have our heart in the right place with you. We pray that someday you will say that like David. We are people after your own heart. Amen. This is Radio Angelos, voice from heaven.